Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Patricia Barrow Wolfson, and I am your host and energy alchemist here at Me First Mornings. And I'm so excited to be back for today's show where we are going to be doing some more oracle card readings, and I'm going to talk about my favorite question to ask oracle cards, no matter which deck I'm using and no matter what question I actually want answered. So let's stick around or you can stick around for that. At this moment, I just want to let you know who I am and what I do. I told you my name. I'm an intuitive coach. I'm an energy healer. I'm a wife and mom of 3 boys, and my mission is to help you calibrate your energy, or to teach you how to calibrate your energy, how to integrate self-care into easy, doable steps, and especially how to shine your light in the world in your own unique way. That is my goal. I hope that you get something out of watching the show. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go to YouTube, check check out Jumpstart for Change on YouTube, press the subscribe button, and ding that notification bell, and you will be notified every time I go live. But with the show, it's usually Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. But you never know. If I make changes, you'll know for sure if you are notified. um, I'm really excited to be here. Today is an awesome day. Yesterday was the incredible 2 day, also known as Tuesday, also known as the twos portal, or 22, whatever portal. Anyway, it was an exciting day yesterday, but this whole week is a palindrome week. And a palindrome week is all the numbers, when you see them this way, backwards, they're exactly the same, right? So it's very, very exciting for those of you who are numbers people and love things like that. I was not a numbers person, at least not with math. But if you've been watching my show, you know that relationship changed over time. Although with numerology, I was always fascinated. I was always interested. And so it's definitely a really cool week this week. All right. So let's get right into us doing our morning routine. I'm trying to get myself all settled here, fixing my screen so that we can do this together. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Perfect. So let's get lighting our candle and setting the stage for what we want for today, right? Setting the stage. This is what I like to do on Me First Mornings. If you're new to the show, let me know that you're a first time watcher. Let me know if you are, I know my regulars. I know who watches regularly the show. But if you're new, please let me know. If you're watching the replay, say #replay. And what I like to do is this morning ritual we do together. It's really quick. It's like 5 to 10 minutes at the most. And then I will be pulling cards for anybody who wants. If you are watching right now, then you have a chance for me to pull you a card. Just let me know that you'd like me to pull one for you, and then we will go ahead and ask a question. Okay. So let's start by lighting our candle. So when we are setting our sacred space, I always like to light a candle to set the tone, set the mood. I also feel like it sort of calls in the light. Also, it is a great thing to focus on, because if you're feeling a little frazzled, I like to do this in the mornings because this is the routine that I've developed and it really works for me, sets the tone for the day. And so, but I don't do it first thing in the morning, like when I wake up. If you're somebody who can wake up at 5 a.m. before your kids and, kind of do this sort of thing, that's awesome. It's probably even better for those of you who can do that. I'm not someone who can do that. I get my kids ready, send them off to school, generally speaking, and then my day begins after they're gone, where I take care of myself. Now, of course, the show's called Me First. And the reason I called it that is because it is a constant practice for myself and for many other people like me who are probably watching right now, as moms, as women, as, heads of households. And when I say heads, I'm usually talking about energetic heads of household, right? When mom is like the energetic center of the household. And if mom's doing great, then usually, like, the house manages really well, but if mom is feeling terrible, if mom is in a bad mood, if mom is feeling overwhelmed and stressed out and anxious, guess what? Everybody else is. And I don't say that to put the weight on mom to fix herself, because that's not what I'm talking about. This is just energetically what happens in the home, is that when mom isn't taking care of herself, or when people aren't helping mom out, it's really, really difficult to manage everything that she has going on for herself, and also hold space for the family and do the things that we all tend to do, at least traditionally. This candle's running out. Okay. So, of course, this is from my perspective. Of course, it's from my experience. If your experience is different, I would love to hear the things that you struggle with. And I'm happy to sort of support you and let you know how you might be able to integrate either self care or some boundaries in your life to help you take care of yourself. Because one thing that's true, no matter who you are, no matter how you identify, no matter what's going on in your world, no matter your cultural, socioeconomic background, everybody needs to take care of themselves, because you have one life, you have one body, which I tend to refer to as the vessel of our spirit, right? And you are responsible for the energy that you put out into the world. So those things are your responsibility, regardless of anything else. And so it is my mission to help you calibrate your energy, to help you take care of yourself so that you can better take care of the ones you love in your life, and so that you can put out really great, impactful energy in the world, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to shine our light as brightly as possible. And when you're overwhelmed, stressed out, anxious, and just struggling, that light gets dimmer because we start to block it with the things that are in our way, right? The things that are in our way energetically, emotionally, of course, physically, right? If you live in clutter, those things all sort of, dim our light, because we feel the weight, we feel the heaviness, and it sort of turns down the frequency. It tones down the frequency, but we want to raise that frequency. We want our light shining in the highest capacity possible. And that is what I hope to help you do. Good morning, Kayla. Hi, it's so nice to see you. Or to see your name. Good morning, Leslie. Hi. Okay, so my candle is like going out, but as I was saying, if you are someone who like gets the kids out of the house first, or tries to find yourself some time and does not do that first thing at 5 a.m. before everyone wakes up, then I like to use the candle sometimes as an exercise, and I'll just stare at the flame, and it will help me kind of zone in. So if you're not someone that like knows how to meditate or gets into a meditative state easily, that's something that can help you. Just stare into a candle. As a kid, I used to stare into my fireplace for so long. It was mesmerizing to just see the flames and to just like sort of imagine what I was seeing inside. And it really just sort of calms you down and connects you with that power of light. And so that's why I like to light the candle at the beginning of our routine together. And the next thing I like to do is use my essential oils. And I do that because, of course, um, it, well, actually, I was going to say because I tell myself it works, but not just that. And of course, that placebo effect is strong. But also, I love the smell. Oh my God, guys, that's from the candle right there. I love the smell. And what happens is that, of course, we program our bodies and our minds when we have a routine, right? So my body already knows when I smell my essential oil in the morning at this time, I've lit my candle and start the essential oil. It helps me to get into that zone, right? To get into that, I was gonna say meditative place. It doesn't necessarily have to be meditative, but certainly into that contemplative place where everything sort of quiets down. My level of sort of excitement, my engine sort of like, instead of revving up, it just kind of goes down a little bit, and I'm just able to like turn off that and it's not high frequency, but the sort of that high hum of busyness. And that's what we want to get out of. We want to get out of that busyness, that frequency of busyness, of always having to do stuff, of not being able to just chill or relax or take a moment to just breathe and listen. And that's what this is. Okay. So we lit our candle, we put our essential oils on. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's, whatever you want, whatever works for you, whatever resonates with you. And of course, everything that we're doing can be extended, right? If you're doing this on your own, you can have a really long session of breathing. We're about to do just 3 deep breaths, but you can have a much longer session of breathing. You can do a much longer session of stretching, which we do a little bit. You can do a whole thing of yoga. It's completely up to you. You create the morning routine that works for you. For me, I'm super busy. I've always got something going on with the kids, with the house, with my business. And so I introduced this me first morning routine for myself and for anybody else that was like, look, I got 5-10 minutes max. Help me maximize my day. And so this is what I'm doing. This 5-10 minutes of 3 deep breaths, a little bit of stretching and intention setting is going to set you up for the day in a way that if you do nothing, it's not that you're not set up, but it's going to be harder to calibrate your energy. It's going to be harder to set the stage for what you are looking for in your day because you have to create it. If you start your day frazzled and freaking out and in that like high level of anxiety, it's going to be really hard for you to turn that back, right? It's like starting your car and like putting the accelerator on even before you put it into drive, right? If you put it into drive when you have your foot on the accelerator and it's going, right? Put it into drive, you're going to crash into your garage. Okay. And believe me, I'm sure every person here who's watching can definitely relate to like crashing when the anxiety is hitting, right? It's like the equivalent of exploding because you're just like, I can't take it anymore. So, what we want to do with our day is we want to just start on a low gear, right? We want to start sort of as close to the earth's hum as possible, right? So, what we do is I like to grab my clear quartz crystals because it amplifies everything. You don't have to take any crystals, okay? You can just put your hands on your lap facing down or facing up or in a mudra, with your hands, if that's something that resonates with you. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And as we take these 3 deep breaths, I want you to imagine that the top of your head is just opening up. All right. And it's opening up to receive that beautiful liquid sunshine just pouring in. We're just going to imagine that we are absorbing that beautiful liquid sunshine, that light, the power of the sun that energizes us, right? And at the same time, we're going to put our feet well planted on the ground and we're going to imagine that our feet are charging with the energy of the earth. We are made of stardust and of earth dust, I like to say, right? And so what we want is we want to charge up sort of our frequency, our high heavenly frequency, and we want to also activate our earthly frequency and bring everything together to find our internal balance. All right, so let's take 3 deep breaths and just imagine that as we take those deep breaths, allowing that liquid sunshine to come in, allowing that life force energy to come up from the earth, I want you to imagine that that just is going to break apart, dissipate, and get rid of any energy that is stuck, stagnant, or dense, anything that's not working for you. It's just going to break it apart. And then when you exhale, we are going to release it because we don't want to keep it. We're going to put it out into the world and let the universe recycle it because it will, because that's what happens to energy. It gets transmuted and recycled and used for a purpose, hopefully for the highest and greatest good of all. Not hopefully, that is our intention, right? So we exhale and that energy is going to be repurposed for the highest and greatest good of all of us. All right. Deep breath in and hold. And release. Beautiful. Another breath in, same thing. Imagine that sunshine. Imagine that life force energy from the earth and breathe it all in. Allow that energy to permeate every single cell in your body, just disconnecting from anything that doesn't work for you. And release. Releasing all of the energy that is not serving you. Okay, here we go. Another deep breath in. And this is the last one. Make it count. Make sure you are increasing your capacity to receive the charge from the universe, right? We are charging up for the day. We are taking in the sun, the light, the oxygen that we need, and we are taking in that life force energy that only the earth can offer us. Last one. Here we go. And hold. And release. Beautiful. Okay, now we'll do a little stretching. I always stretch the neck. I'm still like dealing with that neck pain. which is all good. All right. I like to do stretching of the elbows. Okay, because this is our vessel. We want to clear our vessel as much as possible, right? We want to clear our vessel. We want to connect with spirit and we want to charge up our day. We want to charge ourselves. That's what the purpose of this is. We want to connect with spirit. We want to clear our vessel of anything that doesn't serve us. And we want to charge up for the day with good intentions and set our intentions, right? So, as of course, we stretch this out and then we shake. Oh, I don't have my bracelets to make my shaky shaky noise. All right, that's all good. Okay, so now that we've stretched that out, just take a moment to think about your intentions for the day or for the rest of the week, whatever you prefer, and put out your intention. How do you want to feel? And so I talk about this all the time. For those of you who have not yet downloaded the GPS workbook, here it is, the little link. It's at bit.ly/GPS workbook. And that's going to take you through several questions that's going to help you figure out what your GPS word is, what your GPS phrase is, right? And what is that? That is sort of your foundation. It is your goal. It is the feeling that you want to embody as much as possible. And when you imagine having absolutely everything you want in your life, what does that feeling feel like? What is that word? What is that sentence? What is something that connects you to that feeling that only you can connect vibrationally to it, right? So for some people, it's peace. For some people, it's bliss. For some people, it's abundance. For some people, it's power, right? What is the word that connects with you, that feeling that as soon as you say it, as soon as you feel it, you're like, yes, that's what I want to feel like every day, right? And that word may change, the phrase may change, and that's up to you, right? You get to input your coordinates each and every day into your, GPS, right? Like you're the one that gets to do that. And so you can change that word. So think about your word, and I will say the prayer that I wrote for us together, and then I will pull some cards for us, all right? Here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away all the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Okay, now it's time to pull some cards. Oops, hold on. There we go. Back to the chat. And hello, Linda. Hi, I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, I'm sorry we missed each other either. We'll make it happen. No worries at all. A little sip of my tea. Beautiful. All right, let's pull some cards. And I decided that I'm going to pull from the Keepers of the Light deck first today. Not first. This is the deck that I'm using today. I like to use different decks on different days. And so, of course, we talked about what question do I ask every deck? So when I was little, I didn't have these beautiful decks. I mean, I only have like 3 decks here, I think, but I have like Colette Baron Reed's Enchanted Map. I have the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. I have the Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. And I have a few others hidden here. Oh my God, I have so many. I have a crystal deck here, Mother's Wisdom. I've got plenty of decks. Anyway, when I was little, I didn't have decks, but I loved to pull cards. And so I would use a regular playing deck. If you guys saw my post for today, I shared that with you. And I loved it. I loved it. And I had my own communication. I knew what the numbers meant or the letters meant. I knew what it all meant. I had some sort of, I don't even know how I had it figured out. I don't know if I could do it now. I mean, I'm sure I could do it now in a different way. But no matter what, and as a kid, I asked whatever questions I wanted to ask. Usually it was about a boy because that was what I was obsessed with when I was younger. But I would just ask questions and try to get the answers that I wanted. And I would sort of figure out how to ask the questions to get what I was looking for. And so here's the thing. When you are working with an oracle deck, yes or no questions are not great because what you want, because you're not going to pull a card that says yes, right? Now, I believe that there is a deck out there, and I think I can't remember what the deck is, but it's like Radley Valentine, who did, he used to do cards with what's her face, who now says that that the cards are evil. I forget her name because I don't have any of her cards. Anyway, she Radley Valentine it has a deck that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he has one that's got like yes no cards. So if you can find a deck like that, then go ahead. But I really like using, just asking a generalized question. And the reason I like to ask a generalized question, and you can focus it on a subject, but I like asking a generalized question because very often what we think we need to know, we actually need to know something else. Oh, hi, Mom. Good morning. Um, we, you know, we, if you want to ask about your job or your career or your love life or, something going on with you personally, your health, um, you can absolutely ask that, but it's so much better for you to leave it open so that then the guides can show you the way, they can give you information and you can be open to receiving. So what do I mean by that? So instead of saying, should I take this job? Right? This job offer, say, what do I need to know about this job? What do I need to know to move forward? What do I need to know to achieve success in my career, right? What do I need to know? So those for me are like the key words. What do I need to know? Right? Because that's what you want. You want to open it up so that your guides can tell you what you need to know. Because what you sometimes are asking is not what you need to know. You're going to get the answer for what you're asking, but what if there's more? And I like to leave it open so that my guides can tell me exactly what I need to know. All right, so that's what I'm going to ask for anybody who wants me to pull a card for them. I'm going to ask, what do you need to know? But I will say, and I'll add this because I don't normally do this with the card readings, is if you have a particular question about, a category or a specific part of your life, if you want to know about career, if you want to know about relationships, if you want to know about friendships, if you want to know about living situation or health or whatever. And here we go. I don't normally say this disclaimer, but of course, I am not a doctor and I am not a diagnostician. And, this is, I find it a really, really helpful tool to get through each and every day. But of course, this is not diagnosing anything. If you do ask me a question like that, I prefer not to, do sort of the health questions. But what we can do is certainly ask, what do you need to know about it? Right. And so I think those are really great questions to leave it open for you to receive the information that you need. All right. So if anybody wants a card that's watching right now, just let me know that you do. I got already a request on private messenger. So I am going to pull a card right now for my friend Deb. Okay. So Deb, this card's for you if you're, I know you're watching. So this card is for you. Okay. So let's see. What do you need to know today? All right. Boom, 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 about your situation. Let's see. Okay, so this is the card that came up and it showed up upside down, but I'm going to show it to you in the front. Look at this white eagle, ancestor spirit. I love this card. Okay. So it's connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. This is not an accident that this is the card I pulled for you. And it's amazing. I love how the decks will, in my experience, the deck will always show up and tell you exactly what you need to know. So I'm going to read you about White Eagle because it's important. And then we will go on about the actual reading. Okay, so what do you need to know about White Eagle, who is the keeper of the light that is with you right now in this issue? All right, so White Eagle is a Native American shaman who is dedicated to honoring our spiritual heritage. He is a world-renowned spiritual guide who has been particularly cherished by mediums all over the world. He first spoke through a medium called Grace Cook in the early 20th century. He is the guide who helps create clear channels in our bloodline and our spiritual lineage so we can access the heart of the Creator. He also helps us move into sacred ceremony, where we can hold sacred space to honor a change, transition, celebration, or anything else that deserves time. He is wonderful for clearing space, and we can call on him for help in forging spiritual connections. All right. And I'm going to read the extended message for you. Take some time to honor just how far you've come, recognizing through ceremony and ritual the shifts in your awareness. Healing and journey really allows you to move into a state of grace and gratitude. You have or have recently had an opportunity to heal an old family wound or pattern. It's important to connect with your family and spirit so you can set a new energy of love in place. White Eagle is bringing your ancestors through to you and allowing you to know that they're happy and well. He is sounding his sacred drums to clear your spirit. And so this is not a surprise, especially right now at this stage of where we are in our evolution here on the planet and as humans and as people. I talk a lot about going through really challenging times right now, and that's very true for literally everybody I know who has been struggling through it. Not just the global pandemic that we've been through for the last 2 years, but a lot of people going through personal changes. And for you, talk about personal changes. I know that you have been through hell and back over the last several years. And so, part of that, when we are in it, when we're in the thick of things, that is the time where we kind of just have no choice but to surrender to what is happening, and surrender to a higher power, right? Because so many things are happening that we can't even take a breath. We can't even catch our breath in trying to process things, because that's not the time to process things. When you're in the midst of things, excuse me, it's the time to shift things. And I look at it in the image that I have is like, if you have a dam that breaks, right? So you have a dam that's been holding up, and this is very appropriate for you. You have a very strong dam, and there's water hitting it, over and over again. And then finally, the dam just breaks, right? And so that water just comes gushing through. Well, there's not much you can do. You can try and, stop the water from gushing and start patching it. Then what's happening, right? And I have this image of like throwing sandbags onto this wall to try and stop this water from coming. Sometimes you just need the water to just flow through, right? Especially when we're talking about not an actual dam, which you would stop with whatever way you could, especially if there was going to be damage done, right? But in life, water is an emotion, right? And so any symbolism, whenever you think of water, that's like emotions moving through you. And if you have a lot of water things happening in your life, floods or leaking or any kind of stuff like that, this is for anybody listening, be aware that that is connected to emotions. Okay. So when this dam breaks and your emotions just start flowing through and things just start happening, you don't even have time to rest or take a break or to process exactly what's happening. And that's okay, right? And then once it stops raining and the water stops gushing through and you have a little bit of a break, it's time to slowly figure out how you can repair that wall, right? Because you still need that wall. You still need the protection. You still need to set your boundaries, right? And that wall is not there to keep, water out. It is there to allow you to choose when things can come through. Right now, of course, I'm talking about water as emotions, and we need to always let our emotions flow through us, because otherwise we are just going to stop that energy. We are going to create that, like if we're stopping our emotions from going through us, then what we are doing is we are stopping the energy, and so that energy becomes it becomes stuck in wherever we stopped. Of course, like, no, 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 I'm not going to feel that. I'm not going to allow myself to feel that. And here's the thing. The number one important thing is that you have to understand that every single feeling you have is valid, right? Every emotion you have is valid. Every feeling you have is valid. Every thought you have is valid. Valid for you, valid in your journey, valid for your perspective. All of that is valid. And you have to be the first to acknowledge that. Number one, you must acknowledge yourself, your feelings, and everything that you're going through, because that is your responsibility, right? Who else is taking care of that little person inside if it isn't you, right? Who is taking care of that little girl inside? It's got to be you, right? And so going back to that, analogy of the wall, right? That is protecting that little girl, right? you have to make sure that the boundaries are set so that she does not get drowned from all of the things happening, right? You have to make sure that you're putting the boundaries in place, that you are building a strong wall, right? And what is it? Danielle Laporte has a great saying, um, and it's like wide open heart, right? It was one of her books. I really liked it. It's like have a wide open heart and a big fucking fence. Okay. So that way only the people who deserve your heart, who deserve your love, who deserve um who are honoring you for who you are deserve to be in that space, right? In that space, in that protective space that you build, that fence, that wall, whatever you do, that boundary that you set for your life, that is your energetic circle. And you are responsible for making sure that the only people that enter that energetic circle are the people that you connect with, that you resonate with, that help, raise your vibration or help you evolve as a person. And if you are with people who are, making you feel bad about yourself or, insulting you or not uplifting you, then you have to decide whether or not they deserve to be in that circle, because within that circle, that's an intimate circle. Whether or not you are intimate with people or not, anyone who's in your circle, that is an intimate circle. It is a special place. And only people who truly deserve to see your heart need to be in that circle. I went off on a tangent, Deb, but I hope you got what you needed from that, and we can definitely talk more about it. For anyone who wants a deeper reading, of course, you can reach out to me privately because I do those. Does anybody else want a card? I know we're over 10, we're over our 10:30 mark, but that was a long reading. I did a long process this morning to give you a little bit more information. Good morning, Dad. Hi. Oh, happy birthday. Everyone, let's sing happy birthday to my dad before we close out the show. If you want me to pull you a card, then please go ahead and let me know you would like a card pulled, and I will do that for you. In the meantime, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you. That's the George Romero that you see on the comments. So if you see George Romero today on the internet or in person, make sure that you wish him a very, very happy birthday. I wish I could be there. I'm sorry that I can't. Life circumstances sometimes do not really allow for us to be everywhere where we want to be, but we are definitely there in spirit. I'm sending you all the love and light and beauty that I have in my heart, and hope that you have an amazing, amazing day. Okay, so anyone else? No one else wants a card? Okay, we can wrap it up. In fact, you know what, Dad? Oh, I miss you too. You know what, Dad? I'm gonna pull you your birthday card. We'll do that. I'm gonna. Okay, so Dad. I'm pulling you a birthday card to see what message the angels would like you to have on this very, very special day for you. So let's see. Okay. Yes, I know. We were definitely missing you. We wish we were there with you on this beautiful break week, but we're not, and that's okay. We will see you soon. All right, Dad, let's see what the cards have to say for you. Bum, bum, bum. Gotta let that energy move through me. Okay. All right. Just needed to clear my head. I had too many things in my head, and so I want to make sure I give you a good reading. We're going to give you a Keepers of the Light card and see which of these Keepers of the Light is with you on this beautiful day. Ooh, I like this. Okay. Look at this. Lady Portia. Can we see her? Yes, we can. Lady Portia. Divine order. Ooh, I like this. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Interesting. Okay, Lady Portia. What are you all about? Lady Portia. This powerful goddess, I love her because she's got amethyst on her, so she's like a healing. I mean, for me, purple. Clearly, you guys can see that I love purple, and I'm a big fan of purple because it is like a healing light. It's an angelic light. It's an angelic frequency, and so I'm very, very connected. All right, so this powerful goddess is a figure of justice and peace. She brings order and opportunity to every experience. As a lord of karma, she also regulates the law of cause and effect. She helps us recognize the impact of our judgments, choices, and actions on ourselves and the world. She's also the twin flame of Saint Germain, so is strongly connected to the violet flame energy. There we go. Together, these twin flames can work as overseers of legal situations. Justice is an energy that's about honoring everyone involved rather than punishing bad behavior. Lady Portia helps us do what is right morally and spiritually for our soul's growth. Right now, a call for justice is being brought into your space. Even if this means you will lose out, there really is no loss in the highest state of truth. Act from the heart, see the other person's point of view, and surrender your pride so that you're coming from a loving space. If you've made choices that weren't for the highest good, admit it. Though this honesty or Through this honesty, you are releasing any karmic bonds or anchors of fear from your energy. Take the time to learn from this situation, and if you are involved in any legal issues, know that Lady Portia and the angels of justice are gathered round to honor everyone involved. Now, I really like this because, birthdays are a great time to reflect on, everything leading up to this point, and especially if you've had a very long life as you have had, Dad. um, there are a lot of things that you can reflect on of, how far you've come in life, all the things that you've accomplished, all that you've contributed to the world, your impact to yourself and to your family and to your community. And you have had an incredible impact on anybody that you've met. You are a shining light in the world. You always have been. You're just one of those people who is effervescent and present and impactful as a human being. Now, this card is just a reminder that when you are acting in connection with your authentic self, because you, as a human, there's all sorts of things that we struggle with as humans. There's all sorts of issues that we have and challenges that we face, both personally, things with ourselves and, with our families and friends and relationships, right? And so when you are living in integrity with your true essence, and your true essence is someone who is open and loving and compassionate and kind and caring, when you are living in connection with that true essence, you will always feel good. You are always feeling right with the world. Things begin to flow. But if you feel that there's things in your life that you're really struggling and you're coming up against challenges, or just things are not working in the way that you want, you need to take a break, take a step back, and ask yourself, where in your life are you not living in integrity with who you are, right? Where are you not showing kindness and compassion? Where are you having judgment on yourself or others that is not allowing you to flow through freely, right? That is not allowing you to shine your light. Your goal for the rest of your life, from this birthday until the many, many, many other birthdays that follow, is to just allow that light to shine. When you are connected and feeling inspired, nothing can stop you, and you will achieve and receive everything that you want. But when you are in conflict with that energy of kindness and compassion, when you are in conflict with that energy of just being and allowing, that is where you are going to struggle the most, because that is not in alignment with your highest and greatest good. So when you find yourself struggling or frustrated, take a moment, take some deep breaths, go outside, connect with nature as best as you can. And you have a beautiful garden in your backyard to do so. Go talk to the birds and ask them to show you the peaceful way. As long as I've known you, and it's been literally my entire life, you've always wanted peace. Só que paz na cabeça, right? Paz na cabeça. That's like the saying, right? Paz na cabeça. Well, if you want peace in your head, paz na cabeça means peace in your head, then it is your responsibility to bring peace into your life. That means every single decision you make, you need to make it from a place of peace. What is the most peaceful response? What is the most peaceful decision? What is the most peaceful choice? What is the most peaceful action, right? If you want peace more than anything, taking right out of my GPS workbook, then you have to bring the peace. You have to create the peace. And that's the karma, that's the justice, right? That's where it happens, because you need to bring it. And you know as well as I do, if you don't show up, things don't get done, right? So if you're not bringing the peace, who's bringing the peace then? No one. No one's bringing the peace if you're not bringing it. It starts with you. And it doesn't matter if chaos is abound, right? If, things are falling apart. If you can maintain your peace and your connection to spirit in those moments, you will win every single time. You will expand. And you know, I know you obviously very well. And it may be easy to think that at this stage of your life, right? As in your 70s, okay, change might feel difficult, but the truth is we are changing all the time, whether we realize it or not. Our body is constantly evolving and changing. Our minds are constantly evolving and changing, which means you are absolutely capable of evolving and changing. So if this seems like a difficult thing right now, make this your goal. Make this your goal for this year around the sun, right? For the rest of your life, make it your goal to bring peace, to bring love and light and compassion into your life as much as possible every single day, and make the goal for you to spread that peace and light and love everywhere you go. Because when you're right with the world, when you're in alignment, when you're feeling connected, well, everybody around you benefits from that. I've seen it happen. You are just that kind of personality that how you're feeling, you'll bring everybody into that vortex. And so that will be how you get to contribute positively to the world every single day. And it's not just with people outside, right? It's with yourself, it's with mom, it's with, the rest of your family. It's with winter, right? And each and every moment is an opportunity for you to bring peace and love and light and kindness and compassion into your world. And if you are able to do that, and this goes for anybody, if you are able to do that in your life, well, then that's what you're going to have, right? If you're always bringing peace, then peace is what you are creating in your life. And that is what you're going to see. That is what you're going to see the result of, because just like if you work hard, you see results. If you bring peace, you will feel peace. Okay. So that is my card for today. Happy birthday. I really hope you have an awesome day. Clearly, we will be FaceTiming very shortly. I will make sure to get the kids to do so. And for everybody else watching, please don't forget to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to Jumpstart for Change, share and spread the word if you guys got something out of it and you feel like somebody else might get something out of it. Please pass it along to anybody who you might know. Comment, share, subscribe, do all the things. I love you all, and I will definitely be back tomorrow, and I can't wait to see you at 10 a.m. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Dad, thank you. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Mom.